Hello, welcome back to my channel, and today in this pick a card we're going to be doing who is this person really? Who are they? What are their strengths, their weaknesses? What is their personality like? And this can be for anyone, a friend, a family member, an acquaintance, a love interest, whatever you want. Okay. So here we have option number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Option number 1 is a pink opalite. 2 is shungite. 3 is a blue aventurine. 4 is a citrine, and 5 is a tree agate. So pause the video if you need to and take a deep breath in. Just focus on your person, ask your question, and just pick whichever one your intuition leads you to. Okay, have you chosen? Let's start with option number 1, the pink opalite. So whoever chose the pink opalite, this is your reading. So who is the person that option number 1 picked? Who are they? What are they like? Strengths and weaknesses. Who is the person that option number 1 picked? Okay. Alright, 10 of Cups in reverse, the Lovers, the King of Swords in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, okay. The 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 3 of Swords. Okay, so whoever you're inquiring about, right off the bat, I can tell that they are a loner. The 10 of Cups upright is typically a card of happy relationships, and usually happy relationships within a group. So happy families, happy business networks, happy friend groups. But in reverse, it shows sort of distancing oneself and isolation. Then here we've got the Hermit. And the Hermit is a card that naturally shows someone who's introverted, thoughtful, very introspective, quiet, likes to spend time alone, someone who's a seeker. Someone who likes to read books, do research, because look, he's going with the lantern in the dark, and he's searching for something. But when it's in reverse, it's almost someone who is the Hermit, but almost not by choice. They don't really decide to be such a loner. But even if, let's say, they do, this is someone who spends so much time alone that it's like they don't even have like contact with the outside world. I also think that this is someone who went through some serious heartbreak. So the 3 of Swords came out, and the 3 of Swords is a typical card of heartbreak and third-party situations. And it's coming out in the same row as the Hermit card is in, and the Hermit card reversed. So maybe they feel cut off from the world because, you know, their heart is broken. They went through some heartbreak recently. Especially with the Lovers here. But the Lovers came out over on top of the Five of Pentacles reversed. And the Five of Pentacles reversed shows greed. So, what I'm sensing here is that this could be someone who either just got out of a relationship with someone who is very narcissistic, someone who wanted them all to themselves, with the Hermit card in reversed, and you know, didn't even want them talking to anybody else or that sort of thing. Or maybe perhaps because of the Ten of Cups here, all of their friends were their significant other's friends, and now that they've broken up, they're all alone. But I'm not going to sugarcoat things. This can also show someone who in relationships is very greedy, who in relationships is very self-centered. Because we also have the King of Cups, the King of Swords, sorry, in reverse here. And the King of Swords is someone who is very opinionated, very biased, but it's not someone who is, let's say, eloquent and they can get their point across very strongly. It's my way or the highway, you know? And, yeah, that's really the energy of the King of Swords reverse. It's kind of a tyrant sort of energy. And, I'm sorry, but because this is asking about, you know, who is this person, which is also very funny because you chose the pink opalite, which is a heart chakra stone, and the heart chakra has to deal with relationships, especially love relationships. And a lot of this is telling me about how they are in relationships. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. You know, there is a chance that maybe they were the one that was heartbroken. But they may be ending up heartbroken because they kind of have this very me mentality, my way or the highway. And this kind of ends up isolating them, which is why the Hermit in reverse came out. You might be dealing with a Libra, because that's like the only card that came out upright, and the Three of Swords also came out upright, and Swords represents air energy. So you might be dealing with any air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but I would definitely say probably Libra. Yeah. So that is whoever you're inquiring about. Pile number one. Very my way or the highway type of person. Kind of a loner. Okay. Hope that helped. Pile number two. If you chose this Shungite stone, this is your reading. Who is the person that pile number two is inquiring about? What type of person are they? What is their character like? What is their personality like? Strengths and weaknesses? Who is the person pile number two is inquiring about? What are they like? What are they like? Okay, Seven of Swords in reverse. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. The Page of Cups. The King of Wands in reverse. And the Six of Swords upright. Oh god. Let me just look at this for a second. So, I'm definitely getting someone here who's kind of shady, who's a little bit flaky, because the Seven of Swords in reverse represents dishonesty. Swords is all about communication, especially 7, which is why even, you know, 7 of Wands represents communication. And the King of Wands is, when he's upright, he's typically a person who is very honest, has a lot of integrity, has a lot of compassion, but it's in reverse. So it's kind of showing the opposite of that. Now, we've also got the Page of Cups here. And the Page of Cups, you know, he's very sociable, very artistic, maybe a little bit dreamy, lacking in focus. And I think that's the main thing. I don't think this is a bad person. Because, you know, the Page of Cups, he really does care about other people. With the Six of Swords upright, you know, this is a card of peace. This is, you know, a card of harmony. So this is someone who likes peace, very chill, emotional, artistic. I don't know, kind of sounds like a Pisces. You might be dealing with a Pisces, especially with the Page of Cups there. You know, because Pisces is a water sign. But this person is definitely kind of shady, kind of, not even shady, just flaky. You know, I'm kind of getting like a dopey energy here. Because this is dishonesty. This is, you know, this is King of Wands upright as a card of ambition, passion, integrity. And then reversed is kind of someone who lacks all of that. Page of Pentacles in reverse is someone who's kind of irresponsible. And you also got the Lovers in reverse. And the Lovers upright shows up love, commitment. It may even show choices to make. But reversed shows lack of commitment. It doesn't even have to be to relationships. Like whatever project this person starts, they kind of lack commitment to it. Very indecisive. Very indecisive. Irresponsible, kind of immature, even dishonest. They might, you know, tell white lies all the time. You know, they definitely are very caring, that's for sure. And they love harmony, they love peace. And I think maybe that's even one of the reasons why they may be, you know, guilty of being dishonest sometimes, because they like peace and harmony too much, especially with the Lovers here. But it's in reverse, right beside the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So, you know, this is someone who's kind of ungrounded, and they also lack passion because you know, they can be very intelligent, very witty, with the Swords energy upright here. But the only cards that we got representing Earth and Fire energy are reversed. So, you know, they might lack practicality, motivation, passion. Not a bad person, but definitely flaky. That's what I would say. Definitely flaky. Inability to commit to new projects. Page of Pentacles shows new financial projects. Inability to commit. You know, they might like pleasing everyone too much, so they're a little bit dishonest. They're definitely not a leader. Definitely not. Because King of Wands upright is someone who's a natural born leader. Reversed, you know, this is someone who just likes to follow. A little bit lazy. A little bit. You know, they just like to chill out. Take it, you know. This is a really dopey energy. So that was pile number 2. That was your person. Whoever you were inquiring about, that's what they're like. Okay, pile number 3. I can't even, was it Blue Aventurine? Blue Aventurine. This is your reading. Pile number 3. Who's your person like? We already have the Ace of Wands. What is the person pile number 3 is inquiring about like? What are they like? What's their personality like? Okay. What is the personality and character of whoever pile number 3 is inquiring about like? Okay, so this reading came out mostly in swords. So this is definitely someone who's very intelligent. We can start off with that. Definitely someone who's very intelligent. The Ace of Wands came out first, and the Ace of Wands is a very, it's a very fiery energy, very ambitious. It kind of shows very masculine energy. So even if you're inquiring about a female, this is someone who's got a lot of masculine energy. They really like to take charge. You know, they like to take charge. However, the Six of Wands came out in reverse, and so did the Ace of Swords. And the Six of Wands upright means triumph and reward. It shows that after hard work, you know, it all pays off and you get your breakthrough. You get your good break. And it's very good for work and legal matters. And the Ace of Swords just shows victory, period. But this Ace of Wands card is kind of, it's kind of surrounded by these two, which are, I don't want to be negative here, but they're kind of cards that show failure or unsuccessful endeavors. And then we have the Queen of Swords reversed. This is someone who's almost kind of ruthless to when going after their ambitions and their goals. And then you also have the Knight of Swords, which is kind of like a battle energy, you know, but he also heralds that there will be a resolution to whatever problems somebody has. This is a very determined energy. And then you have the Page of Swords, which literally shows someone who is intelligent. So what I'm getting from this is someone who is very perseverant. They will not give up. You know, you might be asking about an entrepreneur or something like that. When they have an idea, they go for it 100%. This is a very masculine energy, Ace of Wands. And no matter how many times they may fail, no matter how many times they may end up in disappointment and there seems to be no victory, they will find a way, because Page of Swords is, he's very intelligent. And the Queen of Swords reversed is almost kind of, not almost, she's ruthless when it comes to getting what she wants and getting shit done. And so no matter how many disappointments this person may come across, they will find a way to make it happen. Because we also have the Knight of Swords there, which is a card of battle. So this is not someone who's scared of competition. They may be very competitive with the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Swords. They're not scared of failure, and they will persevere through whatever, obstacles life may put in their way when it comes to achieving their goals. I'm not getting a lot of emotional energy here because this reading is mostly swords. So this is someone who's very mentally strong, very intelligent. It might be a air sign that you're inquiring about, or they may have a lot of air in their chart, a very strong Mercury, and they've also got a lot of passion, but they don't really have a lot of slow, grounded energy or emotional energy. They just kind of go in head first. Ace of Wands, right? Because Wands is all about passion, it's all about fire, and this is Ace of Wands. It's the first wand. It's kind of when it's unrefined, which is maybe why, because they kind of go head first into things, maybe very impulsive. Sometimes their endeavors end up in failure, but they don't give up, and that's for sure. They don't give up. They keep going, and they're not scared of putting up a fight to get what they want. And they're very intelligent, they're very intelligent. Maybe that's why they don't need to think things through, because they know they're intelligent and they can make things happen. So this is definitely someone who's got a lot of perseverance. I'm just gonna pull out 2 clarifiers for whoever asked about pile number 3. And actually, I'm not surprised. You picked Blue Aventurine, and then you have so much sword energy that comes out. This is all about the throat chakra. Knowing what you want, sticking to who you really are, being authentic, and going after what you want. Oops. Sorry about that. And it also helps with the third eye, which is all about intelligence, vision. So whoever your person is, they've got a lot of that energy. Very intelligent. Very intelligent. Maybe not the, they don't sit things to think things through, maybe because they are so intelligent. That, hey, I can deal with things as they come. Just gonna get 2 clarifiers here. Yeah, King of Cups. So this is not someone, I know the Queen of Swords came out reversed, but I wouldn't say that it's like they'll do anything for success. I wouldn't say that they're, lacking of emotion or whatever. King of Cups is someone who's a leader, but, they're compassionate. They've got a lot of wisdom. They're very balanced. So, yeah, very good reading for whoever picked option number 3. That's what your person is like. Okay, option number 4. Citrine. Citrine, God, I love Citrine. This is your reading. Who is the person that pile number 4 is, or sorry, I keep saying pile. Option number 4 is inquiring about? What are they like? Judgment, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Wands in reverse, Two of Wands in reverse, King of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. Okay. Let me just pick up what's kind of coming out here. Okay. So whoever you're inquiring about, they're definitely very ambitious. You know, especially with the King of Wands there. The King of Wands is a natural born leader. And the Page of Pentacles shows good news about money. So they might be well endowed. That's for sure. Especially with the Judgment card here. I'd say maybe their family. They might come from a rich family, because the Judgment card is all about the past and things of the past paying off. So yeah, I don't know, or maybe they worked really hard in the past and it paid off. This is definitely not someone who's interested in relationships. So I don't know what you're inquiring about. If you're inquiring about a business partner, a friend, whatever. This is not someone who's interested in relationships, because Two of Wands upright is someone who, it represents very stable commitments that are full of passion. But in reverse, this is definitely not someone who is looking for a relationship. They're not thinking about that right now, you know, so just keep that in the back of your mind. But this is sort of interesting to me. You have the Knight of Wands in reverse. And this is insincerity. You know, this is someone who's kind of unreliable and insincere. Usually it shows someone who knows how to, you know, talk up a situation, make it sound all great, but they never follow through. I wouldn't really say that's the energy here, because you have the King of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, so they are grounded and they really know how to make things happen. They're a natural born leader. But, you know, Nine of Swords in reverse is also someone who is kind of a martyr. You know, they kind of feel they kind of make themselves a self-appointed martyr. And when you have this with the King of Wands, oh sorry, Knight of Wands in reverse, this might be someone who really likes to play very nice, very, you know, helpful, almost like a martyr, like, oh, you know, don't worry, of course I'll do this for you, honey, of course I'll make this happen. But it never does, because the Two of Wands is in reverse. You know, whatever this is, friend, business partner, family, this is someone who really, and they like, you know, they like making themselves look like the nice guy or the nice girl next door who likes to bake you cookies and whatnot. But it's kind of fake. It's kind of fake. They're just doing that because, you know, they kind of know that's needed to get ahead. They're not really interested in romantic relationships, that's for sure. But I'm just telling you, with these two cards right here, I'm just telling you, be careful. You know, this is someone who's insincere. This is someone who's kind of got like a martyr type complex. You know, they might even manipulate things. They might even manipulate things to make sure that they always come out looking like Mr. Nice Guy or Mr. Nice Girl. And don't underestimate them, because swords is intelligence. And, you know, they've got the resources and they've got the ambition to make it happen. You know, if you ever have like a fight with this person or a disagreement, I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna just be able to talk it out if they hurt you in some way. They're just going to have to make sure that they can't just say sorry, that they always need to make it come out like they're Mr. Nice Guy. That's just a little side note there. But that's not all that there is to it. This is definitely someone who likes money, who can definitely make it happen, who's a natural born leader, maybe works in finances. The Judgment, it shows upright. It shows that you are sort of how do I say, you're getting the fruits of your labor. Past deeds are now getting paid back. Maybe from a past life, you know, they have a good karma regarding money. Yeah. And also with the Judgment here, do not think that any of your BS will fly by them. But they will definitely know how to make it fly by you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, y'all. But I mean, if you like, if this is a, I don't know, if you like money, this is definitely somebody good for you. So that's pile number 4. Okay, last pile. The tree agate, one of my favorite crystals of all time. This is your reading. Who is the person pile option number 5 is inquiring about? What are they like? What is their personality like? What is their character like? Ooh, got a lot of cards flying out there. What are they like? Who is this person? Who is the person that option 5, whoever chose tree agate, is inquiring about? What are they like? What is this person like? 8 of Wands, the Fool in reverse, the 10 of Swords, the Sun, the Ace of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, guys, this is a really good reading. This is a really good reading. Probably the best, I'm not gonna lie, probably the best one out of all of them. This is a really good reading. So first off, you have the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands is all about opportunity, and it sits right on top of the Sun card, which is all about happiness, vitality, success. You know, this is someone who's got, this is probably someone young, someone who's got their whole life ahead of them, especially with the Fool card. Yeah, this is definitely somebody young. They may be even a little bit naive when it comes to love, because the Ace of Cups represents love. But it's that sort of butterfly in your stomach, sort of whirlwind romance, sort of high school type of love. You know, the one that makes you feel so fuzzy and warm inside. And then you got the Fool in reverse on top of the Ace of Cups. And the Fool, you know, he represents innocence, new paths, because look look how he's kind of looking like a hobo. He's only got so little, but he's looking up at that butterfly with hope in his eyes, you know. And reverse, you know, this might be someone who's still innocent but a little bit to a fault, you know, someone who can have a lot of error in their judgments. They've definitely got a lot of potential with the Eight of Wands, and they're very positive with the Sun card. Very, very positive person. You know, they light up the room whenever they walk in. And they've also got the Wheel of Fortune, which is having everything that you desire, having everything that you want, being given to you easily. And especially on the row where, you know, the Ace of Cups is right there in the middle, this might be someone who's a little bit of a hopeless romantic. You know, maybe even delusional sometimes. This is definitely someone who is a hopeless romantic. However, I will say that they have the Ten of Swords come out, and this is a card that represents endings, and endings that can even be dramatic and shocking, you know. But the good thing about the Ten of Swords, it's not like the Tower. You know, there's always new opportunities that come in sooner than you think. So I'm definitely getting a very young, bright, vital energy here. Even innocent, even a little bit naive, you know. Get the Sun card. They're just so positive. But sometimes to a fault. And they've got the whole world ahead of them because, you know, they've got the Eight of Wands, which is all about opportunity, and it's right on top of the Sun card, which is all about making things happen. The Sun is creative energy. The Sun is optimism. The Sun is vitality. It's life force. And sometimes, you know, being so positive, they can kind of be so innocent, almost to a fault, where things really, you know, they make bad judgments sometimes because they're young. And then things have to come to an end, and it feels like, oh God, it's like the end of the world. Like their innocence is lost, their hope is lost. But they always got new opportunities coming in because it's also on top of the Wheel of Fortune. Definitely a hopeless romantic. Definitely. Definitely somebody young. You know, I'm going to pull out a few more cards with this pile. I mean, this option. I always say pile. I'm so sorry. I'm going to pull out a few more cards here just to clarify. Who is the person option 5 is inquiring about? Who is the person option 5 is inquiring about? Okay. You know, I feel like it's kind of clear, you know? Yeah, Temperance, Hanged Man, Chariot. This is someone young for sure. They got their whole life ahead of them. Sometimes you may need to ground them a little bit, you know, because they're just, but they're very optimistic. So yeah, that is pile number 5. I hope you enjoyed your readings, and see you next time.